Yeah, I'm here just messing around, trying to get the chat thing. I haven't been down here in a while. Hope you can hear me. I have my mic way over there. I'm running these slotted cards I got. The three that I got that I posted. Pretty good damn, pretty damn good. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, Can-Am, DK Moon. These are the Ferrari 312s. I think they call these. I think they are 312s. What's up, Gene? I saw your views. How you doing? Hey, you're on here now. Cool. Gene, I saw your midget. Looks good, man. Can't wait to get it over here. Get the four left that we need. And see him run. I'm just running these slotted that I got. How long ago I got them? A couple weeks ago. So I'm just I tuned them upstairs. And they ran good on wood, so I'm just running them on plastic here. See where they are. Hey, yeah, yeah. Cars are pretty good deal for these cars. I'm glad I got them. Matter of fact, I was bidding on something that I probably lost. Yep. Yep, I lost this one, I think. I'm trying to bid on the Golf Porsche, but I'm gonna lose. And we'll have to see what happens. 4 minutes left. Maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't. Uh, how about now? I don't have the mic close to the track, so but that's why you can't hear me that well. Let me put the webcam on. It won't be as great. All right, I got the webcam one on, so that one won't be as the best sound, but it'll work. How about now, Dave? Can you hear me? Okay, yeah, because I changed it to the webcam. I had actually the microphone, which is on the desk. So you can hear me. I'm just messing with these slotted cards that I got a couple weeks ago. Pretty good deal for these cars. They're beautiful cars. They're in really good shape. The aliens were siphoning the microphone power. Probably. Thank you, sir. I'm glad you hear me now. And I'm so used to setup up there. I haven't been down here in a while. I haven't actually played with this track in about a month or so. But I've really been debating to maybe going with wood down here, but I don't know. I don't want to play with this track more. I kind of want to hold on to it, but the cars are really good on here. They're older cars, Gene. These are the slotted Ferrari 312s, which I think is 312s. They're the Can-Am cars. So this is let me look real quick here. Yeah, 312 Ferrari. So these are Can-Am cars. They're like a group of three. So there's a blue wing, a yellow wing, and a green wing. So number 87, number 86, and number 85. So I got these three for $148 with that's including shipping. So yeah, this is one of them right here. But they're really nice looking cars. They are in excellent shape. They're not, broken or anything. So they're really cool looking cars. I thought they were worth the money, and it was really nice to get a deal. So not too bad for the price, like I said. So that's I'm just running them around right now. Yeah, it is. It's a cool set for the price of it. So that's why I jumped on this one. They averaged about $33 a card, so, which is pretty good. I jumped on them as fast as I could. Nobody really bid it that much. I was surprised. I was the only one that bid, and maybe another person, and that's it. But not too bad. Hey, Robert. How you doing? I'm on live again. My wife is doing her own live thing, so that's why I decided to do this right now. So she's doing her thing, so I figured I'd come down and do mine. So I'm going to see if I won this Gulf livery Porsche 916 for Slotted. I'll have to see. Yeah, I did. I really did get a good deal. I was surprised. Like I said, that nobody really bid it on these. I thought they would have been locking the door down for these. These cars, once you spend a little tune on them, they work great, all wood and plastic. They seem to get quiet. These are all Sidewinder motors, of course. No, I'm going to lose this one. Yep. And I'm going to go that high. So you could have it, whoever got it. You lost. And you know, you get one thing you get spoiled, and you get spoiled with controllers. And hey, what's up, Conquest? The deal with the controllers is that these are great. These are Professor Motor, but you get spoiled by DeFalco controllers because these cars right now, this is such a different range when you're squeezing this. And I know if I had a DeFalco one, it'd be a little different, or at least an adjustable one. It doesn't have to be a DeFalco, but if you had a adjustable one, it helps. But you know, this is good enough for what I have right here for now. And cars are great. You see, this thing runs on rails pretty much. And of course, I have it on 10 volts. I don't put 1800 volts or anything like that. I don't need that much. A little sliding there. Oh, alright, I found the slot there. Yeah, Roll's Livestream was cool, how he had all those cameras, those multi-cameras. That's pretty neat. Wish I could do that, but I don't have that kind of, how would you say, ability at the moment, but figure one cam's fine for this track. Ruby Road, how you doing? See you there. Hope I didn't miss anyone. I'm looking at the TV and comments. They pop up on the TV. So the webcam is above the TV, so. Alright. Let's run the number 87 with the green tail. Looks like you can tell these ones got my little setup here to clean the tires. Oops. Down on that. Not too high. Way too high. There we go. This tire's clean. Let's run my analog cards to test the analog timing. Cool. What analog timing did you get, Roll? I can't remember. Oh, my weekend was good there, Kirby. Thanks for asking. Yeah, all the Can-Am cars BK Moon are beautiful. I mean, you can imagine there was a time when, you know, racing was so different. And then the Can-Am cars were so vicious. I mean, they were running a lot of horsepower back then. Oh, hey, look at that flipped up on the side. That's kind of cool. Finally got my power supply for my UFO here. You see this light up right here? This is from Harry. He gave me this a while ago, and this is it's cool because there's a little farmer here, and he's trying to pull his cow away from the flying saucer to suck it up in there. So that's pretty cool. Smart race, alright, cool. Hey, evening, Chris. How you doing? Chris Federer with all the awesome pictures he takes. Takes some really good pictures with all the parties he's got. Yeah, no problem, Chris. Yeah, I have Smart Race also, I just don't have it turned on. I have this phone right here. This is my old cell phone. I use this for, right here on this little tripod stand that I got for it for lap timing and analog. It's the analog sensor. Oh, wait. Lost it there a little. Oh, okay, got stuck. Good cars, man. Music for analog. I did have trouble with finding the right sensitivity for the phone. Kirby, there is a setting on there to where you could turn it down, so that sometimes if you bump the track like this, it'll set it off, or if you turn off like the light and turn it on, that also sets it off. So what you want to do is check. There's a sensitivity setting in there for, where you're making your sensors, where you're aiming your sensors. You could check the sensitivity on that and lower it down so it's not so sensitive. I ran into that problem too. And also there's another application that Dave has used too, and that one's called, it's cheap, it doesn't cost anything, and you can use it'll come off as the sensor as well. It's called Lap Tracker, and I'll show you right here. That's the icon for it. It says Lap Tracker, and that right there, you could actually turn it into a sensor, and you basically do setup, 2 lanes. Well, now Dave has done it, but Dave should do a video on it. Hit start, and then you make the sensors on it. I forget how to do it, but it passes it. See, actually you don't need the line of sensor. It passes it and it makes lap counting. So if you guys want to try that out, that's cheaper, and all you need is just a phone. And I know Dave needs to do a video on that, because he uses that for his track when he puts his track on his table for a belt track. That's something I haven't tried that with. I should. Yep. So you use the 2-roll. There you go. So if it's a type of cheap alternative, so you don't have to buy a race hack. You use Smart Race if you don't want to. Oh man, these cars are a lot of fun. Let me do something here, guys. I'm going to shut these doors, so my wife's doing her live. I don't want to interrupt her live. I should get another camera for around here too. Sorry, the doors are shut. Works great. Oh yeah, it's $1.99. That's right. I forgot. It's not exactly free. It's $1.99. My bad. But hey, not bad for $1.99. Oh, these things are flying out, man. I'm glad I bought these. I haven't even tuned my Momo and my Newman slotted 962. They're still in the box up there. I've been busy with the midgets and stuff like that. Yeah, no problem there. Messed up a little. Direct sunlight causes the shadows, and we're setting it off. Yep, that'll do it. It's pretty sensitive if you have it on long sensitivity. Whoa! Crunch. Not too bad. So, lap tracker. Yep, you got it. Having fun with these little boogers, man. I like or little rascals. Sometimes we make those names up. These cars are great, man. So let's mess with some other cars I haven't put on the track in a while. How about our Ferrari? Polycar P4 Ferrari. It's P4. P something. P3, P4. I think it's P4. Let's see what this is. Let me fix that light. Or it's an Italian sports car. I can't say Ferrari anymore. Ever take the pot on this? No, I never take the pot on that. I need to take the pot on that. This one is pretty good at take pot. You said it, I missed it. What were your lap times? For these cars, I didn't really put any lap times. Sorry, man. I didn't put any. Don't have lap time on it. Definitely need tape on the front on this one. I'm gonna do it for this one. Do you have NSR deep wood guides on your Carrera track with NSR cars? How you doing, Pinhas Lavon? I hope I said that right. So some NSR cars, like for example, let me see. I have a couple of them here. So this one right here, this Ford GT 40 Mark IV. This car right here, I have the shallow guide. Now, I've had good luck with this car because it's pretty balanced pretty well because I put weight in the middle of it, the small tungsten round weights that fit in there. And I'll show them to you. There's two right here. So you can see it. There's two right there. You see the little metal areas. Those aren't magnets. Those are weights. And this car actually handles real well with just, you know, not having the deep wood guide. It's now you can put the deep wood guide if you want. I would probably recommend doing that because it would run a little bit better. But this car really runs well the way it is. I mean, I could change the guide, but it's not really necessary for this. This one really hangs on real good. I haven't really a problem with this one, as you can see. Little fish scale happens that it needs some tape in the pot as well. I haven't really finished these cars up. I just tried some without tape in the pot and some I had. See, so this doesn't have a deep wood guide, but you can put a deep wood guide if you want. I would say recommend it if you have a Carrera track. Use a Slot Invasion one would be nice. Those work real well for a Carrera, but this is the shallow guide. You can see with some good tuning, it'll run just as good as the shallow guide. But this car again, it sits low, so I mean every car is different. So, but you always tune to your track. So there you have it. If that answers your question on that one. And this car, these cars I spend some time, doing stuff. Mosslers. Yeah, I have a couple of Mosslers too. Pinhoffs. I would say I would first tune it, and then if it still gives you trouble, like coming out a lot, then go with the Deepwood guide. I would really recommend it anyway in the first place because I don't know how your track is. So I mean, here's a slotted with a standard guide. I mean, these all have standard guides that I'm using. Some I've put with Deepwood guides, and some I haven't. Carrera guides, and some I haven't. But this is my Porsche 962. And this pod's tape. This runs beautifully on the wood, and you can see on my plastic track. All free butt right there, as you can see. Very little fishtailing. Also, you got a freaking magnet in it, but it doesn't. What's up, Shane? What's up, Jeff G? So yeah, man, I hope I'm saying your name right. I'll call you PL. Mr. PL, I would say tune your car first. Look at a couple of tune videos. The Mosslers are really easy to tune, and plus those things, they're so fast that a lot of people don't like using them in classes because they're just too fast. Now I'll show you. I have 1 here, 2 and 3. I have an angle winder, a side winder, and inlight. So this one has the slot invasion guide, which is the Deepwood guide. Yeah, I would agree, Chris. But again, it depends on your track, because you see I just went around with that GT40 like nuts, and it didn't really affect it anywhere. It just depends, on your track. But I would recommend using all. So here's one with the Deepwood guide right here, or a slot invasion guide. There's no magnet in this one. That's why a lot of people don't like these cars for a class, because it's just too damn fast. But each to his own. You can do what you want. Question, George. Do Deepwood guides work well on Carrera track? Sorry if I missed it if it was outside with the dog. Gene, yeah, they do. I mean, right now you have Revo slot cars that I've seen, Slottits. What I would do is the Revo slot really benefits well from a deep guide for Carrera, the red ones. We're using Carrera track. Yeah, I know you're Chris. I've seen it. I mean, again, it's on the matter of also how you tune the car, and then later on, if you feel it needs a wood guide, the slot invasion guide, go for it. But all in all, I would recommend doing it. Like I said, here's that Mossler, and I don't have this guide taped at all, but I know this would chatter on the wood track. This thing, you can see on the track how it moves, but I got a good amount of body float, and I treated my tires. Like Albright has said, and there are many others, about 85 to 90% of it is tires. So if you treat your tires, and this is the stuff I use to treat the tires. So this is called Tire Tweak. This is stuff you get from the RC guys. You put an extreme light, just put a light coat on it, let it sit overnight, and then you get some naphtha, lighter fluid, and you clean them up after 24 hours. You put them on the track, and that thing is going to hang very well. As long as you tune the other stuff, which is, tuning your, loosening your pod, loosening your body screws. I mean, you could trim the chassis more if you want more body float, but for these cars, I find that they do pretty well just for regular running around the track. What I've done is you can see all these cars that I put on here. I mean, here's a Mossler, and the tires have been treated on this one. Still needs a little tape in the pod, I feel. This one's been infected by aliens, just so you know. So that green streak you see at night is this Mossler on the track. Whoop. You know what I mean? Little jackknife in there. And I haven't even cleaned these tires with naphtha. So, I mean, that's just taking it out of the case. out of my case there and putting it on. So let me clean the tires, and it'll probably hang on even more. So I mean, your front tires, yeah, I mean, what I usually do, unless they're out of round or something, I'll trim them, because trimming rubber front tires are pretty tough. But if they're nice and round and you don't hear them, you don't see them or feel them, it's all feel. I'm looking at the car giving you any problems. I would use some floor shine and let them go. Here's the tires clean now. Hopefully whippy. See, I need to tape this pod. Benefits of taping the pod really helps too. This car is pretty. I haven't really ran this on my wood tractor if I should, but I know it would chatter because it would grab a lot more on the wood surface. You know, it's grabbing pretty good on this plastic track. Yeah, Gene. Just grab one car and experiment with it. I mean, that's what I would do. You want to change your guide on one of them? Go for it. You want to tune it first, and then do the body float thing. That's what you got to kind of look at some of the videos. I've done some videos. Harry's done some videos, and there's other guys that have done a ton of videos on tuning. And you could look at those and get your own assessment and your own style of how you want to do your car and how you want to tune it. So I mean, it's all up to you what you want to do eventually. Here's another NSR. And see, here's a shallow guide as well. This is a Porsche. This is a beautiful car. This Martini livery car. And this one I should take the pod as well, but I haven't. If I take them up to the wood track, I'll have to take the pod. I mean, even without even taking the pod and with my tune to it and feeding the tires, look how it runs on a plastic track. And this is all non-magnet cars, guys. I don't have any magnets in these cars. And I'm running at 10 volts. I can probably push it to 11 volts, maybe 5, maybe 12. Anything over 12, it really isn't going to handle well, and all it's going to do is launch the car off the track and cause more carnage. That's why a lot of people run 10 volts or 11 volts max. Do you use weight on your Monsters? No, on that particular Monster I have no weight. But again, as you tune your car, if you want to experiment with adding weights, there's nothing wrong with that. I absolutely recommend it. If you feel it needs weight, like this GT4, what's that, Patriot Hobbies? Like this GT40, see, I got weight in this. This car benefits from the weight. So yeah, I mean, you have to experiment by adding weight, turning a pod screw here, turning a pod screw there, turning a body screw. A quarter of a turn, it makes a big difference sometimes when you're tuning the cars for plastic and wood. So yeah, I mean, this one in particular, that green one, has no weight on it. Now, like for example, let's see, another car that does real well is this P68, and I have no weight on this, but this has a slot invasion guide. See how deep that guide is right there? So here's one right here that I have, and this one again is a good running car. I really don't have any problems with it. I'm going to line these up over here because I need to clear some room for the corner in case the car comes off. And here's my P68. I probably need to clean the tires on these feet. See how slippery it is? The tires are dirty. It's always important to clean the tires if they've been sitting a while, which this one has. And I already cleaned my track earlier before I went on live. Excuse me. So I'm going to clean these. If anybody else has any questions, let me know. Here's my Ford P68. Remember, also tires, when they start getting warm, they'll start sticking more. So give them a couple laps, just like a real race car, You get the tires heated up, and once they're generating enough heat, they start grabbing onto the surface. But again, when you get your car tuned, man, they drive so nice when they're tuned. And I'm using the inside lane a lot to show people that Yeah, they handle well because they're on the inside lane. Because usually cars on the outside lane will handle better because they won't fall off as easily because they will hug your rails there. So that's why I always use the inside lane to show that, yeah, my cars do handle well. Whoa, look at that. That was cool. Almost into the saucer there. That was a cool wreck. See, even with the deep guide, it still came off. It's just, you know, you tune your car for the conditions of your track. So, do you use NSR suspension systems? Pinhouse, I do not. So the suspension deal, what I've learned is that if you have like really like lumpy track, or this is my opinion on it. I mean, others may feel different about it. If you have a track that's kind of bumpy and everything, thank you, Chris. Then that's really when you could use the suspension. I've tried it. I don't see it really making a difference. I think with the traditional, you know, adjusting your pod, treating your tires, and using the strapping tape or electrical tape. I heard electrical tape was a little bit better than strapping tape because it's got more flexibility. When you tape the pod, you're actually giving the car a suspension or a cushion. And this is what I'm talking about when you tape the pod. A lot of guys will do this for wood tracks because once your tires start gripping, you start getting chattering, and this will help eliminate chattering. And it'll also help eliminate fishtailing, and you see how this moves, it's got a little suspension. So that's kind of the point of having this. But again, you have to tune to your track. Now, I may take this car to your track and may run like crap, and then it doesn't do any well, and then I'll have to adjust it for here and there for your track. But so far, generally, where I've taken these cars to, like, you know, I took that car right there that I just showed you to Kevin Sharp's Racetrack Scenic wood track that Past Live we did there, and it did great. So, I mean, it really, the NSR suspensions, I mean, you could experiment with you want. I have a couple of them. I just didn't really think anything it worked any better. I found that if you leave it loose, like if you have them loose, like if you don't tighten them enough, then the car will chatter, because once the car starts gripping, then you get that chattering, that vibration, because it's trying to grab, and then it's just the body's too loose and the chassis is too loose, and then you have this bouncing effect, and they do that, and then it just doesn't make the car really run that great. It just chatters. But I mean, you have to experiment. So all I can tell you, my opinion is, I really don't use the NSR suspensions. But again, I'm not bashing them. That's just people's preference. Other people may use it and they say they work great, and they have they don't have problems with it, and it works good for their tracks. But it's totally up to you what you do. It's another Can-Am car, again with another short guide, and then this pod ain't tape. A lot of these pods I need to work on, because I haven't taken up to the wood track. But we got two cars on here. Got two cars on here. All right, let me get that one up. Then you can see that one. Let me clean the tires on this one. All right. So let me clean these tires. Like I always say, the treatment of the tires are real important. You treat the tires. Yeah, no problem. I'm glad you. If I could help you in any way, by telling you something, that's cool. Again, I got a couple of videos on there. If you look I got a lot of videos on my channel. I've done a lot of videos that I don't think people really care for, like tuning Carrera cars, because it's been done before, and a lot of people don't really mess with Carrera cars. Obviously trimming the chassis and lowering them and all that stuff. They don't, putting slotted, parts in it. But I mean, there are videos there, and there are videos on tuning, NSR cars and stuff. So I mean, check those videos out, and then also check Home Racing World, Pinhouse. Home Racing World's got a lot of great videos. The Home Racing World channel, Harry's done a lot of great videos. And then there's other guys out there. that have done videos too that I would look at. There's a ton of information out there. You could learn pretty quickly what to do and how to experiment, with your stuff. So I'm glad I could help. But my channel is all about helping people. It's not about monetization or to make money. I don't make money on anything. The things that I do for people, I don't, I buy stuff. I don't get things and then promote it because I'm getting them. I'll promote the product if it's good. And one example of a place that I really feel that it's a great, place is Slot Car Corner, because they provide to me, which I love, scratch building. Besides these cars, I love scratch building, and they're my guys for promoting scratch building, and that's why I always recommend Slot Car Corner for parts and cars and stuff like that. And of course, there's other dealers as well. There's LEB, there's Great Traditions, Cloverleaf. There's a lot of places, so I would recommend that those locations. If you want to look for those sites, if you want to look for stuff. How you doing, Patriot Hobbies? But so tomorrow, just so you know, tomorrow I'm gonna help Kevin Sharp out at Racetrack Scenics. He's got a Black Friday thing that's gonna go on, so I'm gonna go over there and do a live and just help him out. And again, I like Kevin. I like his products, so I'm willing to help him out. That's why I do that. I'm not the type of person that needs to get anything from it. I'd rather pay for my stuff because I feel paying for it is more of, to me, it's just the way I operate. I don't like things given to me. That's why I'm probably not as popular as some of the other channels that promote, slot car sites like Electric Dreams, Pendle Slot. I don't have to feel the need to anybody to sponsor me, period. I just don't need it. I'd rather be the person that's the small guy that's helping out the other guys that need help and video information on certain things, especially scratch building. Scratch building is the one thing that I love the most and that I push the most myself. What's up there, Dick? Dick Slot Car Garage. So, but that's just me and how I do stuff. I feel comfortable, and my integrity, my honor means a lot to me. So that's why I'm probably the guy that will not be having sponsors and people giving me stuff. I just don't like that. I'll only promote a product that I feel that's good, not because they're sponsoring or giving it to me and I'm telling them it's good. I'm just not into that. That's just me. But hey, that's business. Some people do it for business. Had my head deep in CNC, didn't realize there was a live going. That's alright, man. I'll expect everybody to come running in my live. You guys have lives. Plus it's recorded, you can watch it later. Here's my NSR. This car is such a short wheelbase, it doesn't really exhibit any fish tailing at all, hardly. And it's a beautiful car. There we go, we got a little parade of cars here. Big parade. So let's mess with a, where is, how come I don't see him here? Yeah, here it is. Let's mess with the sideways car. I run impromptu lives all the time. Yep, those are the best ones. Some planned ones are good and some, impromptu ones are good. This is a good impromptu video. People asking questions, and I like that. Guys that want advice. I hope I'm giving them good advice. But it's one of those things. There's a Sideways, another company that to me kind of gets under the radar with their cars because their cars are nice. Now this one I need to do more work on, and I didn't tape this pod or really mess with it much. I got this car, did very little to it. You can see it needs a little work. Yes sir, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Spur of the moment. So I hope you guys have good Thanksgiving plans. I know I'm going to have some big plans going myself with my family all coming over here. So this is a BMW. This car I need to work on more. It's okay, but it needs more work. So let me get a sideways car that I have done work on. That's this. Run the Revels. Those are upstairs. I'd have to go get them upstairs. I think the Revels does. I don't know. I like them with the wood track better, but so I could go get them. Let me run this car. So this car in particular, there's a video on this car and how I tune this. So if you're interested in looking at that video, you can go ahead and go for it. But this car was fun to tune. It's such a long-tailed car. It's so shiny. It reminds me of the Hot Wheels Super Chrome cars. Man, you can see everything off. It's like a little moving disco ball. No, I don't have any scale auto cars, bro. I haven't gotten any scale auto cars. I'll plan on doing that next year. I haven't really gotten into scale auto as much as you have. It's just something I haven't really messed with. I know Harry's got a few of them. He says they're really good. So I'll probably get some later on, but just won't do it yet. Right now, there's a lot of cars that will be coming out that I want to get. Those new Thunderspot that will be out. Those cars are. I'm gonna definitely get some of those. There's a Moby Dick. Moby Dick. I don't care for turkey. Question, Gene. Do you have any career cars that you'd like to run? Yeah. Well, I like. Honestly, they're magnet cars, the ones I like, Gene, and they're my 917s. These are the ones that I sent to Marty. So these are, and this is crazy because I do have old videos of me doing this. These cars have Trude wheels and Trude silicone tires, and that was something that in my early days that I was doing that I thought was, now I look at it, it's really stupid, but these ones right here are probably the ones that I like to run, but they're more digital that I use these on. That's why I haven't really messed with these. So I'll probably say the Porsche 917s are the ones I like to run. To me, those cars they run pretty good. But that's really it, Gene. Those are the ones I really don't like to run, to be honest. Let's run an MR slot card. I haven't really tuned these ones too much. This is, of course, the Shadow, and this one definitely needs to be tuned. This is not really tuned too much. Very little was done to it. It's all over the place, and I haven't really given this car attention. And that was a big thing when it came out, but just really haven't done much with them. That's decent, but I know I could make it do better than this. Jeff G, I have a scale auto with the RS and NSX. Is a nice running car. Cool. Danny, have you ever had smoked turkey? I did. It turned out awesome. But don't try to make soup out of it. It turns out way too smoky. You know what we do? My wife and I found this recipe on Facebook. So what it is that you actually section the turkey. You cut it into different pieces, like separate it. There's a way of doing it, and the lady explains it on this video. And then you make a dry brine for it. And then you get the dry brine and you rub it on the turkey and you leave it there overnight. And what you do is all the carcass parts or whatever, the drippings, you use that to make a gravy. And then the turkey, when it's overnight, when that brine's in there, it's sucking, all the moisture and creating a barrier. So what it does is that when you put the turkey in the oven, it only takes like 2.5 hours to cook, and man, it comes out super juicy because of the brine, the dry brine you put on it. And man, we've done that 3 years in a row, and we never went back to anywhere else. We tried the one where you put it in a baking bag and all that freaking crap of, you know, how would you say, deep frying it, and I'll pass on that. That sounds like too much work. The way this is done, it's so simple, it cooks so fast, and it comes out perfect. And to me, we never done it any other way like that. I eat turkey if it needs to be fried. Otherwise, turkey's just dry. I guess if you soaked it in brine like George. Yeah, it comes out a lot better. I'll tell you what, Danny, I'll send you the link to it. I always save it, and I'll send it to you either later on tonight or tomorrow, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I recommend you guys try it one time. Trust me, it cooks a lot faster. It's super juicy, and there's a lot of things you can get out of it. And once you do that, it's a lot quicker. Yes, George, great turkey recipe. Brian is even key if you do smoked turkey. Yes, sir. We smoked bologna for about 4 hours, then try it up later. Hey, I never thought of that. Smoking bologna. That sounds funny though. Smoking bologna. Smoking bologna. I know this car needs help. It runs okay. I feel like it's sluggish. I think I only put a little body float on this. I didn't do much to it. It's super loose, but it's a nice looking car. Pinhas, NSR tires for Carrera track. Super grip, ultra grip, extreme. Any opinion? Well, there's different opinions on that. I mean, what did I use for my F1 cars? Some of them I used the ultra grip. That's what I used. But again, it depends how. I think my wild turkey over ice. Dave, of course you do. It depends on what, you know, how would you say, shore you want on the tire. So meaning the hardness on the tire. I would recommend a 25 to 30 shore. If you go softer, like 20, the lower the number, the softer the tire, then the tire will start. It'll work great, but it'll wear quicker. So on a plastic surface, I would probably stick with, like, you know, 25 and up, 20 to 30. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the durometers or the hardness is of the NSR tires. You have to look that up. But I would experiment. Try one set of tires. Buy one set of tires each, and for one car, and then experiment that way. And then that way you gain to which one is best. But remember, I would treat the tires with that tire tweak, and let it sit overnight, and then hit it with some naphtha, and then run it on the track. You'll see it. You know, any tire that gets that stuff benefits from it, even if it's an NSR tire or non-NSR tire. So, but as you can see, these cars, I've treated all these cars have been treated with the tire tweak and then hit with naphtha when they've, you know, been soaking overnight. Because that stuff really, really helps the tire. It doesn't harden the tire or do anything to it. It makes them nice and soft, and then they run really good. Like this one particular car. So this one right here is the, I'll run this one. This is a quick runner right here. This is my F1, not the newer one, but the 80s F1 NSR car. This one right here really moves quick around this track. And this is just stock NSR tires with the tire tweak treatment and naphtha and some tuning and the slot engaging guide. And you can see how fast this runs. I could go full blast around the corners just about with this thing. And this is a fast runner. This is probably one of the fastest cars on this track. So, I mean, again, this has been tuned. I've taped the pod, treated the tires, give it a body float, slot invasion guide with slot car corner braid, the thin tin blade braid, and runs good. Shotgun. This is my first Christmas gift from my first machine shop I worked at. We're all drunk by the end of the day. Yep, that's about right. I think NSR Ultra tires work well, Pinhas, but I've had better luck with silicone tires. Yeah, again, that's a real good question or a real good actual answer. So it all depends what you want to run. If you want to run silicone tires, then you have to stick with silicone tires. If you want to run rubber, I would stick with rubber and urethane together. Now, if you run rubber and then you bring a silicone tire, you don't want to do that because you're going to strip all that coating that you put on the track from the rubber tires will come stripped off by the silicone. So, really, it's it's up to you what you want to do. I know Marty runs all silicones on his track because that's his preference in tire, and that's great because that's what works best with him. So you have to do what works best for you. But I run rubber on Area 51 and urethane. That's it. I don't really run silicone. Once in a while, those digital cars that I made do have silicone. I'll put them on here because the grandkids will come over. These are magnet cars, and that I'll just let them run those as long as they want, and I can always just re-rubber the track again, which is no big deal by running the rubber tired car. So, but that's just me. Yep, there you go, Gene. If you're running silicone, then you don't need tire tweaks or anything like that. Just stick with one type of tire. Because this is rubber right here I'm using on this car, and it kind of looks like it has silicone in it, doesn't it? It's not. This is a 10 volts, and if I increase it more, it'll go a little bit quicker. So 10 volts is perfect. Yep, so I mean, up to you. How you what you want to do, so anyways. Ooh, let's what else? Got a little McLaren here. Any other questions? Yeah, thanks, Gene. It's it runs really good. That car did a lot of work onto it. It runs great. Love the NSR car. NSR Thunder slotted. By far are excellent cars. Sideways, racer sideways. MR slot cars, yeah, they're okay. I haven't really messed with them too much. I think if I put more work into them, they run better. But they're fine. It's worth a try. The fingers I had a bottle of Jack that kept unopened for 15 years. We drank it and it was good. Old bottles of whiskey, huh? What are you talking about drinking, man? Do you run any 124 scale cars on your 51 track? Kirby Road, I have a ton of them up there. They're all up there. So, yeah, I rarely run any. I'll run 125th, like my scratch bills, I'll do it. Like, for example, this, I'll run this. I can put this on there. This is a scratch built right here. As you can see, this one is, I haven't actually put this on hanger 1 yet, but I can run it down here. I'll have to clear these cars out so you can see it's a big boy. So let me get these cars out of the way because I don't want to wreck my other cars easily with this. So let me put this over here. So let me clear these cars out. Let me get my slotted Can-Am cars, which, oh man, these are such a great deal. I mean, these are such a great deal to get these cars. I think really grateful that I got these. And I'll tell you, Can-Am cars are my favorite. I get very addicted to Can-Am cars. Especially companies like Thunder Slot and Slot It who make them. Make some awesome cars. Put that there. Give me a moment here, guys. I'm just putting all these cars away here. So I don't want to get knocked down by a brass chassis car and get tipped over and broken. So, yeah, you butthead. Get in there. Any other questions before I run a scratch build car? The scratchy build car. That's yeah, I love scratch build. I love NSR and all those cars, but scratch built cars to me they're just something that are just awesome because It's something that you built by your own hand. That's what the real, how would you say, the pleasure you get out of it. Because you built it yourself. You designed it. But, alright, now I got these all the way. So here's a modified that I made. Let me see if we can get this closer to the... So, this is a scratch built car. I painted the chassis. Long can motor. It's a model. It's got a driver. This is like an orange and black. I put letters on the tires. These are wheel inserts. This is urethane tires on this car. So we'll go ahead and run this one so you can see. Of course, I gotta run on the inner link because they're so big. And you can imagine the 124th cars are pretty big too. If I missed any questions here. I'm really behind as far as building a midget. Yeah, you are, dude. I forgot about you too. I mentioned 4 cars. I forgot you're the 5th car. I don't know if I'm gonna. Are you gonna make it, Danny? I'm counting on you, buddy. Should be able to whip that out in one afternoon. You already built one. Actually, you built 2. You're doing the truck. There's that big booger right there. No, that's 125th, Joe. How you doing, Joe? Didn't see you there. Sorry. So yeah, this is 125th scale. I prefer 125th scale because I think the cars are more, to me, they're more realistic scale than 124th. And if you look at 124th model kits and compared to 125th, you'll know the 124ths look a little bit more bulkier. So here's a Camaro. That's a wire chassis that I built for this one. This is different. This is a 70s Camaro. I need to put an interior in it, which I haven't done. I built this car quite a while ago. It's a smooth running car. This is the beauty part of this. You can make these custom cars. You know that other car companies won't, other stock car manufacturers won't make the odd cars that they won't make. There's lights in here also. This runs better on the wood track in my opinion, but it runs pretty decent on the plastic one. When I first started building scratch built cars, this is how I would test them. Was on Area 51 because I didn't have a wood track. And one of my biggest things was when I went to Harry's the first time, was that man, if they run okay on this, how are they going to run on the wood track? And lo and behold, I found out they ran fantastic, so I was doing something right. So, but just about to publish a video on your midget, running laps. Oh, cool, G. Can't wait to get it here to check it out. Looking forward to seeing, more midgets coming. And again, I appreciate everybody who's built one. That's a Camaro. What's the benefit over wire using brass? I would say wire has more flexibility. So it flexes more. That's why you see guys when they make brass chassis and they put wire to connect it because it makes it flex more. Brass won't, how would you say, flex back as easily as a piano wire would. That's why, Danny. So here's a pickup truck. That is a Ford. I built this a while ago. This is a pretty old build. I haven't taken these up to Hangar 1 to try them, which I should. And we'll run this one. It's a long can motor. It's a cool looking truck. Let's put some baby moves on this and look better. Yeah, Gene, for being your second build, that's pretty good, man, if you're doing a midget. Midget's a little bit tougher. It's just a different design. Thank you. It's a fun truck. It's got only 2 points where it's mounted to the body, so it's got a little like shake, it's got a little bounce to it. So it moves, up and down to bounce it, which is kind of cool. Let's just put baby moves on this. This will look better with baby moves. And it's easy to put baby moons on these. So you can see. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, Joe. This is a cool looking truck. I really like this truck. And I haven't taken them up and ran them on the wood track, so. But, let's see. Yeah. Well, let's run this one. This one right here is the Tyrrell, as the English call it, not Tyrell, it's Tyrrell. And this is the Tyrrell 6-wheeler F1 car. And I did this according to Harry's tune video, and then I did a video on this tuning as well. Joe, has anyone built a 4-wheel drive car where there would be an advantage to handling? Yeah, there are people that have built 4-wheel drive stock cars. Yeah, I guess you would say it would be an advantage because you're driving the 4 front tires, 2 front tires, of course, but, I to me, it's just more stuff. I don't really see it as anything. I mean, it's kind of like more of a novelty, but, I mean, you could get one and try it out. I haven't really dealt with any of them. I don't own one. Curry Road question, how thick are the brass rails you guys use? It's on the packaging. I think it's like 14 thousandths, and there's square tubing. So you have square tubing, round tube, and you have solid brass tube, and then you have piano wire that's solid. So it's from K&S Brass that we use, Kirby Road. So that's what I would look into. That's what we the different type of materials we use. I have 3 elves in the HO scale. I just got it last. Cool. Those are nice in HO. This one has urethane tires. These cars are so tiny though, man. This car's it's a tiny F1 car. It's Scalextric. I mean, I don't own too many Scalextrics because I feel I don't know, the way they do cars sometimes is a bit weird. But this one's really nice. It handles real well, and I tuned this according to Harriet's video from Home Racing World, and then I did my own video on it, how I did it. And it's really nice road car. Obviously, it's an F1, very iconic because it's a 6-wheel, the only 6-wheeled Formula 1 car, I believe. And it's pronounced Tyrrell, not Tyrell, because I was corrected one time. It's just like they don't say Jaguar, they say Jaguar. Or they say that, it just came off right there. And just banged into my Racetrack Scenic freaking, there goes the wing, track board, or track fencing that they say breaks easy, which that's not true, it doesn't, because I've done a little bit of testing on trying to break them, and they don't break as easy. Of course, this wing's designed to come off easily. Put it back on. If I can get it on. There it goes. Of course, these tires aren't really clean. Okay. That's pretty good. This would run better on the wood track, I feel. To me, in my opinion, urethane runs really good on wood track. It's a good material for it. That's that little booger. This little car I've be cool. Or a ZED, or is not Z. Only 3 likes. That's probably because it hasn't been updated, Dave. I'm not worried about it. I appreciate it. They'll hit like if they like it. I'm not worried about it too much. But, well, that's pretty much the fun there. Alright, well, anybody else have any questions? I'm going to reduce the size of the track. Any questions, anybody? I'm going to switch to the other mic, so give me a moment. And there we go. So I'm up back on my mic up here up close, so everybody could hear me, right? I know earlier they couldn't hear me because I wasn't this close to the microphone. So, but anyways. So anybody else have any questions? Your midget video just dropped. It just dropped. What is? Did it not go through, Dave? Is that what you mean? You mean it just dropped onto notifications to check it out? Because I know I'm. How'd you say? Oh, okay. I gotta check it out. I know I'm. You're whatchamacallit. I'm subscribed to your channel, so you'll see notifications soon. Anybody else got any questions? Here's another fast running car. I haven't really ran it, but this dang McLaren's pretty quick too. It's like that F1 car. I didn't run it, but that one has the slot invasion guide as well. Gotcha, Gene. Gotcha. Question: does Harry allow aluminum chassis when you guys do the building series? No. So per the rules, it'll say H&R chassis, and those are the brass ones, but no aluminum. We never seen aluminum, but I mean, you'd have to email Harry, but I doubt it. It's usually brass or H&R chassis that are allowed in like the showdown classes and other classes that he's made for his proxies. So I'm your oldest brother's second twin, is look-alike. Is he Salvadorian? That's where my parents are from, El Salvador. So maybe he's a lost brother from El Salvador or something, or relative. Hey, Light Tech, how you doing? Glad you can join us. Are you still helping with testing the route of track series? Yeah, tomorrow I am going over there, and I'm going to help him do a Black Friday thing for him. He wants to. He actually has some billboards he wants to, promote, and he's got an Area 51 billboard. He asked me to, to help him out with that. So, I said, sure, no problem. Kevin's a real good guy. Kevin's a real big slot car enthusiast. This is why I help him, because he gets a lot of joy when he sees people enjoying the product. So, for example, when I took Frank, who comes here and helps me out with the midget proxy and other stuff, and we went over there, and he was very, very, very ecstatic to see us playing with that track. And we played with that track for a long time. I think that live stream was like 4 hours. So, yeah, I help him out as much as possible because he's a good guy, and I like helping him because he's a real slot car enthusiast in my opinion, and I like his products. His products are really cool. I bought a lot of his stuff, so I got some garages I bought, and he made custom signs for me, for the garages, hanger 1, hanger 2. And so, I mean, the stuff is really good quality. It's furniture grade wood. It's not like the stuff you get at, how would you say, if you were to buy stuff at, at, like, how would you say, like, Home Depot or something like that. It's a different type of material. It's not like the stuff you get at Home Depot. It's furniture grade quality MDF, so it's pretty much water resistant. It doesn't burn real easy. It's real good stuff. So, but I'll be there tomorrow. We'll probably end up doing a live. It's the Black Friday sale, so he's got some stuff going on. I'm gonna help him out with that. I'm sure it'll be a bit before I have products, but I hope you like them. Hope so too. But again, Kevin is a real slot car enthusiast. He's his business does real well because he really tries and caters to the people. So, for example, he does listen to his customers. So when we tested that first route at Wood Track, the one problem it had was that the slot depth was only 6 millimeters. So I couldn't. I brought all kinds of cars, but I couldn't run Revo slots or certain scratchable cars that I have because they had the commercial guide. They were a little bit different because they were not deep enough and the braids were not on there, and the slot would be it'd kind of be running on the bottom of the slot, and the guide was kind of sticking up, so they would de-slot easily. So, and I told I told Kevin, you're gonna have to go deeper on the slot because with my track I'd cut it to 7 millimeters. It's 7.1 millimeters. I think I did it, and that's perfect because any type of guide will fit there, shallow or deep. And he was telling me, well, I only have MDF that goes this route. Well, he was explaining it to me. And then later on, I think the next week, he told me, hey, I actually found MDF where I could go 9 millimeters deep. And I said, well, that's perfect. He says, I can't go 8 because I don't have material, but 9 is deep. And I said, that's perfect because that'll accept any guide. You don't have to worry about the guide, not being in the slot deep enough. So he listens to people, so it's good. Gene, George, how far are you from Hillsboro? My brother lives there. I'd love to run some laps with you on your track. Hillsboro, let me find out. Let me look up Hillsboro because I'm not sure, buddy, how far that is. Let me look on my map here and get my phone map. Hillsboro, North Carolina. I think that's more toward the banks, but I could be wrong. Like toward Wake Forest and all that. Hillsboro. What did you say it was? Hillsboro, North Carolina. He's 51 miles from me, so he is not far. Yeah, you see, you're past Mebane. Yeah, that's funny because I work in Mebane. Mebane is before Hillsboro, so it's like by Chapel Hill and before Durham. And Hillsboro is spelled a little different than what you have there. But yeah, you're welcome to come down here, Gene, if you want. Just let me know when you're going to come down. Thursday, Friday, Saturday is a day that I won't be able to do it because I work those days. But I mean, Sunday through Wednesday is pretty much pretty cool. So yeah, I know Hillsboro, Hillsboro. It's got a UGH at it though. I don't know. It's boroughs are like a part of like they get that from Scotland or something. The boroughs. Yeah, yeah, no problem. You're if you want to come down, just let me know. You got on my Facebook, and I could give you my cell phone number. We're in High Point. High Point's about 40. It'd probably be like an hour drive from where you're at, and we're by what's called Oak Hollow Lake. We're just by a real big lake. In our house, it's not far from the lake. It's like a mile from the lake. So off Highway 74. That's where we live around about. So Kirby Road. Here, what are you saying here? I didn't see that. Come on, darn thing. Yeah, it won't be till next. Yeah, no problem. Next year's fine. I'm gonna be seeing. Hopefully, we'll see Dave. Shotgun Dave will be here first week of uh of January. I'll have him here on the live, uh, running some cars on both tracks. Dave's daughter's coming out here to college, so and I forget the name of that darn what you call it college it's called. I forget the name of it. We passed by there when we when we head out to Boone. Boone is like going to Virginia, I think. That's like up in the hills there. Could be wrong. Where the hell is Boone? I don't know if it's west or east. I can't remember. I think it's. Let me look up Boone. Boone's like in the mountains. That's where it gets cold. Yeah, 95 miles. It's toward the west. Yeah. Boone! Yeah, it's past Winston-Salem, up from Hickory, past Statesville. Yeah, it's in the west. So, Belmont Abbey. Gosh darn it. And I can't remember the name of that damn freaking college. I always forget. Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey. 78 miles from me, Dave. And that is, and I can't keep forgetting what is it near. So that's near, that's more toward almost the south, which is down by the South Carolina state line. So that's like 78 miles from me. 92 miles. About an hour, 2 hour drive. Not too bad. Yeah, mountains are west. That is correct. That's like going toward, Tennessee and all that. So cool. Cool. You guys have any more questions? I'm just hanging out here. My wife's doing her live right now, so it'll be on for a while. Anybody else ordered the Datsun 510s? I'm looking forward to those cars. I'm in Louisiana, kind of stock car void of the world. We're in Louisiana, DK Moon. You like near the New Orleans, or where are you about in Louisiana? How far from Charlotte? 74, 75 miles. We're like right. So we have the Charlotte Airport and the Raleigh Durham Airport. We're right at the same amount of distance from those two airports, 75, 78 miles. So, I recommend the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte. That's a cool place to go to. A lot of neat stuff there. The Hall of Fame got a lot of cool stuff there. Yep. What else you guys want to talk about? I know I'm not Marty here. Marty's a lot better at entertaining people. I'm not too good at it. I don't have Marty talent. Marty's got way more talent than I have, so you guys gotta help me out here. New Orleans south to Baton Rouge. Oh, wow, really? I see. It must get humid as hell there, doesn't it? I heard Louisiana is the most humid state because it's like below sea level, so it must get really humid there. I mean, we have humidity here, but I think you guys have a different level of humidity. Just like Utah. Utah has a different level of cold. Like, it gets cold here, but when you get to Utah cold, it's that cold that goes and it goes through the bones of your body. Because my wife's from Utah. Oh, man, that's a cold place. I did pre-order on the 510s and the 240Z. Yeah, I saw a post about that. I guess it was Dave Kenny saying that doesn't look proportionally right. But, it's a picture, so it's kind of hard to tell. So the angle of it, I don't know. It does look a little different, but I can't really tell. They think the wheels look different on that one, but that's it. But I can't really. That picture doesn't really. You got to really look at the car like in person or see a video of it, I guess. What's the name of the racetrack that's reopening right off the highway as you go west? That's the one that Dusty's been to. Oh God, I slipped my damn name. Gosh darn it, what the hell? I forgot what the hell it's called. It reopened. It's an old track. It's not far from Winston-Salem. Yeah, I bet Canada is cold. And I'm trying to think what it is. Gosh, it slipped my mind. I'm on a Facebook page on it. Let me see. Wilkesboro. I just remember. Wilkesboro is the track you're talking about. It just came to my mind. Wilkesboro is when they just reopened, and Dusty's been to it, so I would ask Dusty knows about that. So Darlington. I don't know. if it's Darlington. There's a lot of different old tracks that have been abandoned around here. North Carolina is kind of like, the NASCAR country, of course, Virginia and all that, and Georgia. But a lot of history is here in North Carolina. A lot of, like Dale Earnhardt, his son, and they were out of Kannapolis, is where they're from. Kannapolis is before Charlotte, and then you have Richard Petty, which is in Randleman, and Randleman isn't super far from here. There's a museum there, and then you have Richard Childress, and he lives in North Carolina. I've actually talked with Richard Childress. He's got a vineyard in Lexington. It's a beautiful vineyard, and his wine's excellent. And I've talked to him. He's been there, and I've talked to him a couple times. And real nice guy. Very, very, very approachable person. And you can just talk to him, and he's a real nice guy, though. So there's that. He's got a museum as well in Welcome. It's called, the name of the town called Welcome, which isn't far from Lexington. And that's a nice museum. There's a lot of historical cars there as well, from when Mr. Childress used to race when he started. I rode around Charlotte Motor Speedway in a van. It was a tour thing. That's cool, though. At least you got to ride around it. I haven't been there. I've been to the Petty Garage. Awesome place. Cool. Yep. Randleman, North Carolina. He has a museum there, and all that stuff is there. There's a lot of, big names. I know a lot of the big name NASCAR people have property around what's called Lake Norman, which I've heard some drivers have property up there because it's a real big lake there in North Carolina called Lake Norman. I could be wrong. My kid told me that. I raced the Champ Car Series when did the first rival at Charlotte. Ah, cool. All right. See, you guys have done way more than I have. The track that I'm familiar with, I used to go to because I'm from California, is Sears Point, and now it's got a Infineon name because the corporation entity came over and dumped money into it and changed the name. But to me, it always will be known as Sears Point Raceway. I don't care what anybody says, not Infineon. But that's where they race NASCAR too. Was it the Save Mart 200? I can't remember which one that was called. But there's a road course there, and then there's a drag strip. And then they do the lemon races there. They do a lot of stuff there now. Not the corporate entities there. And then there was Fremont Raceway. That was the one I remember I used to go to. And that was pretty much drummed out because the city of Fremont didn't want it. It used to be near an airfield. There was an old airfield next to it as well. And that track is still sitting there, which they said they were going to build houses and businesses, but they never did. And all it does is has overgrowth in it. But I used to go to Fremont Drag Strip a lot. That was a fun place to go to. A lot of history there. Also, in the movie, was it American Graffiti, the second one? They filmed a lot of scenes from Fremont Drag Strip, Fremont Raceway. So Baylands, it was called Baylands. So a lot of history in that track, but it's all gone now, overgrown and kind of torn up, so nobody could go down the strip. The good old days. It's fun going to that track. Oh, and how long have we been going on here? Live for an hour and 26 minutes. Oh, kind of a long live. Why would you guys want to hang out with me? VIR is an awesome track to go see some racing. That is the 4-lane drag strip you're talking about. That's also in Charlotte. That place is pretty big. I've driven by it. It's huge. If that's what you're talking about, VIR. I think that's what it is. I don't know what the hell it's called. But the 4-lane drag strip. Pretty interesting. Oh, you guys hanging out with me here. It's pretty cool. Appreciate it. Do you have any questions on anything? I know we had one guy asking questions, which was cool. I hope I answer as many questions. I go, nowhere else I'd rather be. Curvy Agree VR is incredible. All right. Cool. Uh, so let's see, Virginia. It looks like it's continuing, but then it's not continuing. Up, I'm back. Think I'm back. Abduction is real, folks. Think I'm back. You gotta stop messing with this little green man. Well, I've returned. That's weird. We just had a little glitch. That's kind of weird because I'm hardwired to this. This computer is actually hardwired to the internet. It's got an Ethernet cable, so it's not on Wi-Fi. So upstairs is all on Wi-Fi, which I need to figure out a way. There's a way I could run an internet cable because the way this guy did this house, we ever had it before, at the closet there where we put our no probes here, Michael. Where we put our utilities or things like that. There's a big section there where they have everything interneted and it goes to some of the rooms. So I need to go up into the attic to the room adjacent to it to kind of connect an internet cable. This way I could have an Ethernet cable connected to to a router there. But it doesn't do too bad with Wi-Fi up there because I run a couple cameras on Hanger One and it doesn't. So I'm gonna toss guardrails around the Go track under my Christmas. Ah, cool. What's up, Mark Bryce? Renston. Gosh, I hope I said that right. That's a hard name to say. I don't know if I'm even saying it right. He's not even realized he's been 2 hours since he left. Yep. The abduction is over. And I have not been probed, Michael. Can't see your Xmas track finished to fingers. Cool. That'd be kind of cool. I usually put a train around ours. I have two trains that I gave to my grandsons, and they're here. So they're Lionel metal trains, real old ones, with the working whistle and smoke, real old school ones, big transformer. I've had that for a while. So where were we? Well, we're back on live. 3 minutes. So, any of you guys want to talk about anything else? Don't know if anybody has any questions on anything before we did our momentary pause. At least it came back. That was kind of cool. YouTube's being overloaded on the Sunday night, I guess. Yep. Any questions, anyone? You guys make it hard for me. You guys make it easy for Marty. I guess everybody likes the sound of Marty's voice than mine. We are working on it, Dave. Working on your tree display. Scott Marble, what's up? Been listening. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody and their families. Until the next one. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you too, Scott. Nice of you to drop by. You need to build more cars, man. No, I've been following it. The fingers. Fingers, I've hearing about your track. Where can I see it? The Fingers needs to make his own channel. He's more popular than anybody, any YouTuber around here. What's up there, Scott? You built anything lately, Scott? I know you built a couple of cars. Like to see you back into the fray of it. Are you sending anything to Harry's Proxy this coming up year for the new year? The Winterfest, that's the showdown and the Nats. The Nats car. I still need to build mine. I haven't even finished my Showdown car. I've only finished one. Hey, remember, Slot Car Corner has the chassis kits for $80, which is cheap. All you have to do is get a body and you're all set. You don't have to worry about wheels, tires, and axles. Everything's there. Don't forget that. Makes it easier. He's the most popular on non-YouTube content creator. That's true. Now you, Danny, what's my real name? Remember, Danny? It's the Showdown Winterfest and the Nats in January. January. It's on the HRW. I can't remember. January 21st or something like that. I can't remember. It's in January. Just the trucks. Have enough supplies to build a dozen. Cool. Build the truck again, dude. That last one you built was cool. I mean, truck it. You can make a hot rod out of a truck. All right, cool, Jeff. Wait to see your Sportsman. Hey, you guys keep building, man. I really encourage it. It's a lot of fun. It's different, you know. It makes that all more unique when everybody has a different approach how to build a chassis. So, oh, I'm starting to get tired. I'm getting old. Seem to go to bed earlier and earlier each year. What else is on your mind, guys? Again, I'm not like Marty. I can't come up with content like him. Danny, we haven't finished cars for the current proxy yet. I'm sure Mr. Squire will come up with an amazing car. The midget he sent me was pretty amazing. Really nice work. Very impressive. For his fifth car, that's extremely impressive. He does some good work. Very detailed and very good work. So cool to see what else he brings to the table. Look forward to it. I need more to overwhelm me. That's how I work. Gotcha. I finished mine today, Michael. Yep. It's a nice one too. Instagram James. Thumbs up from Gene Slockar. Gene Spare Room Slockars. I got to build my Nat car and they modified after that current car. Cool. So you make Brew happy. Brew likes when other people brings modifieds in because Strange Brew modifieds were really, he was the one to really start making those, and he makes some really nice cars. And he built a midget too, and it'll be coming with Harry's. So we'll look forward to seeing his car. I saw a glimpse of it, a little bit of it. It's a nice looking car, a nice looking midget. So again, Brew is good at making modifieds and just any car in general. He's pretty good at it. He does a lot of the modeling aspect of it from actual cars that raced at dirt tracks. So. Okay, we're back again. So I'm gonna end it here because this is the second time, and I haven't been probed. Quit with the probing. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the live I put out here. I know it's been kind of choppy the last 20 minutes of it. We're cutting out, so you guys have a good night. As always, like I always say, you take care and have fun racing, and see ya, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Take care.